Hello and a very warm welcome to you. Today, we're going to dive into a really powerful passage from the Quran. It's a journey, really, that gets into the heart of what guidance is, the huge weight of the choices we make, and how divine justice works. So, let's get started.
So right at the start, we get this incredibly powerful and direct statement. The Quran isn't just introducing itself as a book. No, it's saying it's the definitive guide to what's most suitable or most upright. Think about that. It's not a suggestion box. It's being presented as a perfect roadmap. This really sets the stage for our whole theme today, this idea of clear, available guidance.
Okay, so here's how we're going to break this down. We'll look at it in 5 parts. First, the offer of guidance. Then, we get to our part in all this, human choice. After that, we'll see how those choices are kept on, well, a permanent record. That leads to a day of self-accounting. And finally, we'll look at the principles of justice that make the whole system fair.
All right, let's dive into that first part, the offer of guidance. This promise of a perfect path, what does that actually mean?
And what's really interesting here is that it's a 2-part promise. It's not just about what you believe in your heart, it's about what you do. The text is clear. Guidance to the straight path is offered. But that great reward? That's for the people who actually match their faith with good deeds. You can't have one without the other. They're completely linked.
So, okay, a clear path is offered. What happens next? Well, the spotlight turns right back on us, doesn't it? It shifts to the choice that every single one of us has to make. This is where the story pivots from God's guidance to our responsibility.
And the stakes couldn't be clearer. The text lays out 2 very different destinies. On one hand, you have believers who do good, and for them, there's the promise of a great reward. On the other hand, for those who disbelieve, a painful punishment has been prepared. It's this incredible balance, a message of huge hope sitting right alongside a very serious warning.
You have to wonder, right? I mean, if the options are that clear, why would anyone ever choose the path that leads to punishment? What makes this choice so difficult for us? Well, the text gives an answer that's, it's profoundly human. It points a finger at something deep inside us. We're hasty. We're impulsive. The example given is just perfect. How in a moment of anger, a person might wish for something bad with the same passion they'd wish for something good. It's that quick, emotional reaction, that haste, that can really mess things up for us.
But then, to help us balance out that impulsiveness, the text tells us to just look around. Look at the rhythm of the universe. It's so steady. It never rushes. The night comes, a sign for us to rest. Then the day is made bright, a sign for us to get up and work. These are constant reminders, things we can see every single day that point to a creator who is deliberate, wise, and patient. It's the complete opposite of our own hasty nature.
So, let's recap. We've got this offer of guidance, we've got our freedom to choose, and we've got our own impatience getting in the way. So how are all these choices we make actually tracked? This brings us to a really fascinating concept, the idea of a permanent, inescapable record.
The word used for this record is ta'ird, and it's such a powerful metaphor. It represents your deeds, your actions, your destiny, and it's described as being fastened to your neck. Just imagine that for a second. The symbolism is so strong. Your record isn't in some file cabinet somewhere, it's literally a part of you, inseparable. This is ultimate personal responsibility.
Think of it like this. Every single thing you do or say, big or small, becomes a permanent, uneditable line item in your life's logbook. There's no undo button. And it's not a group project. There's no one else to blame. It's all on you. This idea really changes things, doesn't it? Accountability isn't some far-off event. It's happening right now with every choice. The record isn't just about you. In a way, it is you.
And this personal record all builds up to the climax of the story, the day of judgment. But the way it's described, it's not like a courtroom drama with lawyers and a jury. It's something much, much more intimate.
On that day, that record, the one that's been with you your whole life, is laid out in the open. And the command is so simple, so direct, it's almost chilling. Just 3 words, read your record.
And then comes the follow-up. After you're told to read your own record, the text says that you, yourself, are enough to be your own accountant. Think about that. No need for witnesses, no need for a judge to weigh the evidence. You are your own auditor. You will see it all, and you will know. It's the ultimate moment of facing yourself.
Okay, so with a system of accountability this personal and this intense, you have to ask, what makes it fair? There have to be rules, right? So let's look at the principles of justice that underpin this whole process.
The text lays out 3 really important rules. Number 1, your path is your own. If you choose guidance, you're the one who benefits. If you go astray, you're the one who bears the loss. Simple as that. Number 2, no one carries someone else's baggage. You won't be held accountable for another person's sins. And number 3, and this is so important, there's no punishment without a warning first. Justice only comes after a messenger has made things clear.
This idea of warning first is absolutely central to the whole concept of justice we're talking about. It means that the consequences aren't just random. They happen because a clear message was given. It was understood, and then it was actively ignored. Everybody gets a fair shot. Everybody gets the choice.
And this isn't just some abstract idea. The text says, look at history. This pattern has happened over and over again. It points to all the generations after Noah's time as proof. You see the same cycle. A warning is sent, usually to the rich and powerful people in charge. They choose to ignore it and become corrupt. And only then, after that willful disobedience, does the judgment come to pass.
So when you put it all together, the journey is crystal clear. Guidance is offered. Our choice is the centerpiece of the whole thing. And a final, fair, and intensely personal accounting of those choices, well, that's inevitable.
And that really brings it all back home, doesn't it? This whole journey brings the idea of accountability out of the scriptures and puts it right here, in our laps today. So the final question isn't really a theological one, it's a practical one. If you knew for a fact that you are the one who had to read and sign off on your own life's record, what would you want the very next entry to say?